Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another figure unboxing video, and today I am so excited to open this figure. If you follow my figure unboxings or my figure news, you know that I have been talking about this figure for a very long time, not to mention just this Ichiban Kuji as a whole, which we will get into a bunch of other figures in this Kuji because I do have them literally sitting behind me just waiting to open. But I could not wait to crack this boy open because obviously he is my favorite from this particular collection, and it's not the Kakarot collection, which is what the front of this would lead you to believe. I don't know why it says the Kakarot collection, but hey, what are you gonna do, I guess? Obviously, we have the beautiful box here with the boy on the front. We have Goku giving a nice big smile on the side. That is so adorable. Obviously, we have the info on the back with the number 1, of course, there. Oh my god, number 1 da Kakuroto. That's cool that they made him orange. The product is included. I would sure hope so, Bandai. That's kind of funny. We have the number 1 insignia on the top as well as the Toei Animation sticker here. There we go. Now it will focus. Basically, to give you a quick TLDR of this figure, if you are uninitiated, this figure was included in the Ichiban Kuji set for Goku Day. And not only that, this particular outfit was chosen because Japanese fans, and I think you could actually technically vote, you could just go to the Japanese website and vote even if, you didn't live in Japan. But basically, you got to vote for your favorite outfit for Goku, which was really, really cool. Obviously, we don't get to see Goku in many other outfits in terms of figures besides his normal one too often. So they literally had a vote for Goku Day that was like, hey, what's an outfit that you would like to see Goku in for a figure? And there's tape on the side. And so, out of all of the different outfits that Goku has worn throughout his entire life, this is the one that won, which is really cool because this was the one that I was hoping would win, because this is my personal favorite outfit for Goku, the Cell Saga casual look. And I believe that the only figure that I've ever seen for this guy, I really don't want to, okay, there we go, at least like in, not old, I guess. I was going to say the modern times, but that sounds so weird. Like, the only modern-ish Goku figure that I've seen in this outfit is the Funko Pop. So, obviously it's cool to be able to get this in a actual proper figure form. That being Ichiban Kuji this time around. And this guy is going to be pretty tall, by the way. I know the box didn't seem that big, but he is going to be pretty big. This just looks weird. This just looks so weird with, like, the interesting way to package it. Okay. So let's go ahead and crack out the stand first. I don't see the little hole. Oh, no, there it is. There's always a hole in the bag, and I always try and search for it to have that be the entryway. Alright, so it is a nice little clear stand. Ichiban Kuji has been kind of doing these nice clear stands for a while now. It is a little bit sticky. Sometimes they do this, especially in there for some reason. Ugh, kind of weird. But once you have it on the shelf, obviously it's not really going to be a problem for you. Alright, so his long legs. My man's got some like one-piece legs going on here in this figure. I'm not even going to lie to you. He's got some long johns, bro. I don't want to ruin the paint. There we go. So obviously, we have the slacks here. Look at how long those bad boys are. Look at that in my hand, bro. That's crazy. The shoes look fantastic. Obviously, we have the nice detail of these, like, brown shoes that are a little bit nicer than what Goku usually wears, I think. Obviously, these are just meant to be, like, brown pants. Khakis, maybe, is the correct term. I'm not a pants expert, so unfortunately I wouldn't know. But the belt looks good, and the figure doesn't even need to stand, actually, to stand up, which is good. I mean, I'll still probably stick it on the feet just for the sake of, like, I don't know, storage. But it literally just goes on his leg like that, and bada bing, bada boom. You should be in business here. Yeah, that sculpts nicely to the foot. And then that does give it a little bit more. Oh, wow, yeah, that's not going anywhere, bro. That's pretty stable. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull it off of his head in the plastic. Oh, man. Alright, so it is kind of interesting, I will say, looking at the final face on the figure. I do quite like it. I was talking about in the figure news video the other day, actually, that it's interesting how, like, he changed a little bit compared to the actual original illustration, right? Like, I understand it's, you know, never going to be the same as the illustration, but, like, in the comparison here, you know, his face is a little bit different. The way that he's holding the Dragon Ball is also a little bit different. The placement of, like, his hand on his hip is also a little bit different. I think it's just interesting to notice the minute details. I don't think either one is necessarily better than the other, but I have to say, wow, this figure is awesome. This is so cool. Like, this is one of those figures that I look at it and I go, this is not a figure of Goku, this is Goku. You know what I mean? This literally looks like he came right out of the screen. I think they did a fantastic job with this. Look at the nice detail on the zipper as well. That's so cool. Obviously, we have the little translucent Dragon Ball here as well. You can even see it glowing in light, you know, with obviously Goku holding it, the 4-star ball, of course. Face sculpt, fantastic. I like the color that they use for the hair. Obviously, in the Cell Saga, the hair is this little bit more lighter orange, or lighter yellow, rather, I'm sorry. I mean, I guess technically is light yellow, light orange technically on the color wheel? I don't know, I'm not an expert on colors. Anyway, yes, this lighter yellow is very reminiscent of the Cell Saga, so it's very cool that they did that properly. And of course, we have the 59 on his shoulder. Of course, Goku's name in Japanese technically also means 59, which is really cool. Very, very nice that they obviously included that little paint detail. It's having a hard time capturing the details of the jacket, but I don't see any paint mishaps on my figure, which is awesome because I feel like I tend to see that a lot on Kuji figures nowadays. And what's really cool about this figure too, let's pan up a little bit, is that because of the way that this is made, like his coat that's kind of drooping over will just naturally kind of sit and droop over the actual, you know, like pants of the figure. And you cannot even tell, now that I've put this together, right, that this was once 2 pieces. Wow, look at our boy! That's so good! Oh my gosh. Yeah, take a look. Here, let's press it one more time. Take a look at that seam line, bro. That literally looks like his shirt is tucked in. They did such a good job. This is one of those figures that, like, I say this in a couple of figure unboxings, but, like, if there's a figure I don't want them to fumble the bag on, you know, this was one of them, and I'm so glad that it turned out this good. I am very, very happy with this figure. This is one of those figures that I would keep in my collection even if I, like, sold my whole collection. And it is pretty cool. You can kind of notice, because of course the camera is a little bit down, it sort of looks like he's looking up, which is kind of a cool effect, because obviously if we raise the camera up a little bit, you can see that he's kind of actually looking up a little bit rather than, like, if we look at him straight on, right? It still kind of looks like he's looking sort of straight on, but more so up. Which I think is pretty neat, right? Because obviously it's cool to have figures that look at different angles like this. But wow, this is a very, very cool figure. I think that anybody would be really happy to own this. It's so cool, and it's so nice to see literally my favorite outfit for Goku immortalized in figure form like this. Because, again, like, I never thought that we would get a proper Kuji or Banpresto figure of this outfit. Let's go ahead and do our size comparisons now. Of course, we have our Ichiban Kuji Gotenks. The Kuji figures, of course, were a little bit smaller before. Nowadays, they tend to be a little bit bigger. And speaking of smaller, oh my gosh! My boy Blue Goku is kind of tiny compared to the Goku here. Obviously makes sense considering that he is a WCF figure compared to a proper Kuji figure, but I just think that that's kind of goofy. Let's go ahead and measure him now. He stands at about just, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, because especially from the angle, I can kind of tell. He's basically just under 11 inches. I would say like 10 3/4 would kind of be my guesstimate as to that. It kind of looks like he's 11 actually, funny enough, from the angle, but if we pick it up a little bit, you can see that it's more closer to that 3/4 mark. Yeah, very, very nice size figure. It's always cool when they're like this big. Alright, let's go ahead and do some comparisons with other figures. I also wanted to raise the camera a little bit just so that it would be a little bit more eye level with our man. This is not one that I'm going to compare a ton, but I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a size comparison, since I know a lot of people were obviously really interested in this figure, and of course this was a big highlight of this year, of course that being the Dokkan Battle Super Saiyan God Goku. Now, this guy is still actually a little bit taller than God Goku, even with all of the effect pieces on him. Obviously, he is a little bit more bulky, but that does make sense because, of course, God Goku is meant to be a slimmer form. But these guys still do look pretty nice next to each other. Obviously, it is awesome to see two of the highlight figures of this year, if I do say so myself, standing right next to each other in my collection. And wow, they both look really, really good. Moving on, I did want to get some other Goku figures of him in some various outfits. These tend to be some of my favorite figures in my collection where Goku isn't wearing his standard gi. Unfortunately, the two World Prize Coliseum, the World Figure Coliseum figures are kind of tucked away on my shelf, so I couldn't really get at them. But the two figures that were closer to the front that I figured I'd whip out for you would be the Legends collab Yardrat Goku. And this guy looks really, really slick next to the Cell Saga Goku. Obviously, this is the outfit that sort of kicked off the beginning-ish of the Cell Saga, because obviously androids come before Cell, yada, yada, yada. But a very, very good-looking figure, if I do say so myself. Obviously, of course, this being a Bam Presto figure is a little bit smaller than my man's, but it's nice to see these two outfits standing next to each other, and it's nice that we actually have outfits of these two particular figures standing next to each other. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed how high Yardrat Goku actually stands next to the casual clothes Goku. I was kind of expecting him to be a little bit smaller in stature, but I mean, I guess he is a pretty big Bam Presto figure, all things considered, so yeah, definitely a very, very nice pair. And the final figure that I wanted to give a little bit of a comparison to was my actual current favorite figure in my collection, still to this day. It's a little bit hard for him to stand without the little, like, penny that I had under his foot. But I'll, like, lean him against Goku, and then he should be fine. Yeah, there we go. This, of course, being the Army Goku. This is another fantastic World Figure Coliseum figure. Obviously, this is a very unique outfit for Goku. And I gotta say, like, obviously these two don't really have any correlation, and the size is a little bit different. But looking at these two standing next to each other, I'm kind of visualizing, like, a shelf of all of the different outfits of Goku that aren't his normal gi. Like, I could definitely see this smaller Goku being a little bit in front, while our casual day clothes Goku is chilling in the back, nice and proud, standing tall over that whole collection of characters. So I'm definitely getting a little bit of vision casting here. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really, really like this figure. Could not recommend it enough. I literally don't see any problems with it at all, which is rare nowadays for a figure like this. You know, obviously Ichiban Kuji has been doing pretty good lately, and this is just another, you know, standard of Bandai can make good stuff. If you would like to pick this guy up, of course, I will leave some links in the description, or you can do so. Of course, please only pick him up if he's, like, the right price. 35, 36 bucks should be around where you're getting this guy for. Sometimes on Amazon, if the Amazon stock runs out, then other sellers will come up and it looks really overpriced, but you have to wait until it says shipped and sold by Amazon, and then it's usually the correct price unless they just run out forever. As well, if you would like to support your boy on Patreon doing more figure videos like this, it would be greatly appreciated, but obviously please don't feel obligated. You just watching the video is all I can ask for, because that's what I'm hoping you do. I hope you enjoy the content. Either way, that is going to do it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you in the next one. Dokkan Assets out.